don't hear anything.
Well, can you let us inside so we can see?
What? I think the ghost is taking a nap. Why don't we wake it another day?
Aww.
Oh, no, come on. Peggy just put together a big picnic lunch. We don't want to keep her waiting. Come on, let's get back up to the house. Come on, let's go. Up.
Mr. Dillon?
Would you mind telling us your full name and address?
My name is Brooke English. I live at 774 Pine Road.
How's it going?
Okay?
Good. Because you really don't have any reason to be nervous here. You're not required by law to testify in your own defense, so what you're really doing is showing an act of faith. Faith in the judicial system and faith in the jurors, and that they will be able to tell the good guys from the bad guys. And when all the facts are out on this case, her good name and reputation will be restored. Ms. English, do you like to cook?
When I have time.
Good, because my wife's a great cook. She's always whipping up these dishes from scratch, and she tells me that in any recipe, there's always one ingredient that pulls the whole mishegas together. It's called the binding agent. And that's what you are. See, on one hand, we've heard a lot of conflicting testimony as to your relationship with Jim Thomason. And on the other, you're the only one that knows all the circumstances leading up to his death. You are the binding agent. Only you were there when Jim Thomason bought it, and only you can tell us what happened. So if you can, what we need you to do is paint us the picture of what happened that night and during the nightmare that led up to that shooting. Can you do that for us?
I'll try.
You're supposed to be in court, not cruising the old ponds.
Checking up on me, Edmund?
I think you need checking up on.
Look, Peggy called, said that Jamie and the children were playing and heard sounds coming from within the crypt.
So you'd rather deal with ghosts than what happened on the witness stand, huh?
Yeah, living down my past is one thing. What I did to Brooke today...
You messed up, no doubt about it.
Thanks for the recap.
You were outmatched, Dimitri. Lawyers, they make a living fighting with words. You're a take-charge kind of a guy, so... So I blew it by acting on my gut. You tried to be a hero. It's a long fall off that white horse.
Edmund, I don't give a damn about myself. Brooke deserves better. I didn't come through.
Well, you know, if being in love was a safety net, there'd be no broken hearts.
Well, who said anything about being in love?
It's what you didn't say on that witness stand, okay? It takes a lot of love to perjure yourself.
I said I love Brooke. That's the honest truth.
But it's not the whole truth. Come on, you can fool the jury. You can't fool me. You're in love with Brooke English.
I don't remember the actual crash. I just remember after the impact on the ground. The wreckage, I remember everything was burning. There was the smell of jet fuel and fabric burning, and it was terrible.
What happened next when you woke up?
When I opened my eyes, there was a man standing over me, a stranger, and he said something to me. I didn't hear the words. The words weren't important. I just remember that I looked in his eyes and I thought...
What did you think?
I thought he was an angel from God.
Could you elaborate on that for us?
He asked me if I needed help, and I was scared. I was confused, and I knew that my friends were somewhere on the plane. This man, this stranger, he risked his life to save me. to save Edmund and Edmund's baby. It was like Jim was a lifeline that was thrown to me, and I held on to it. But even when it was safe to let go, I didn't want to. And I think even though I wasn't aware of it at the time, that part of me had already fallen in love with him. How could I not? He gave me my life.
Your Honor, could I ask for a couple of minutes so that my client can compose herself?
We'll pause briefly before moving on.
Trevor, what's your next line of defense?
Surprise attack, Dave. Not even Brooke knows what's gonna happen, but I gotta get to the big guns before McLean does, or he's gonna blow us to kingdom come.
You really think Brooke is up to this?
She's gotta be up to it. We don't have a choice otherwise.
Edmund, you are reading way too much between the lines.
I'm an editor, Dimitri. Don't give me that.
I'm not in love with Brooke.
So you say.
Well, why do you keep pressing, huh? I mean, you said to yourself that we're not right for one another.
I said your timing was lousy.
Correct. I mean, Brooke does not need or want another romantic entanglement.
Are you quoting Phoebe, or are you just trying to be noble?
Come, Edmund, Brooke is under enough pressure. She doesn't need me adding to it.
Okay. Say the pressure was off, all right? Say the trial's over, she's acquitted. She's still gonna be your little sister, or are you gonna kick those feelings up a notch?
It would never work.
Why not?
100 reasons why not.
Give me 10.
Because Brooke is everything that I'm not. She's a survivor. A true survivor, where I am the walking wounded. She fought to preserve her family. I get exercise tearing mine apart. Brooke looks at life as a continuous, courageous struggle, rises to meet it head on. I see life at best as a endless chore. At worst, it's a cruel joke.
The love of a good woman can turn a guy around, you know. Look at me. Before Maria. It was the best thing that ever happened to me.
I wouldn't wish myself on my worst enemy, let alone on someone that
Someone you're in love with?
I have wreaked enough havoc in Brooke's life. She doesn't need any more from me.
Oh, come on. So this is what? You giving up?
No, I'm looking at reality for a change. I mean, the best thing I can do is to bow out of Brooke's life and pray to God that Trevor can undo the damage that I did in court today.
Mr. Dillon, if your client's ready to continue.
Miss English, why don't you tell the court about Jim Thomason and your adopted daughter, Laura? When did they meet?
I don't know the exact date.
On or about?
A couple of years ago, when Laura was still in New York.
So this perfect stranger didn't turn out to be a perfect stranger to Laura, did she?
No.
Didn't you find that a coincidence?
I didn't know about Laura's relationship with Jim until much later.
Relationship? When you brought Jim home to meet your family, Laura didn't cop to knowing Jim. And Jim didn't cop to knowing Laura.
Not
what?
Not that I noticed.
You didn't notice any connection between the two of them?
I don't think I was making connections at that point. I think I was cutting myself off.
Why were you cutting yourself off?
I don't think it was a conscious decision. I feel like, in a way, I'd been sort of set adrift after the crash. I just felt like, I don't know, the world seemed unreal. It didn't seem like everything was empty, pointless. I felt like Jim was my reality, and I sort of built this cocoon around us. And the more that I started to depend on him, the more isolated I became. I mean, I could feel myself pulling away from my family and my friends, but I just felt I was powerless to stop it.
You didn't want to stop it?
No.
Why not?
I don't know.
No. You cut yourself off from your family and your friends for some total stranger. Now, what power did he have over you?
He knew the guilt that you feel when you cheat death, when other people don't survive. And I started taking crazy chances, and, you know, he was always there. He was always there to pull me back from the edge. And I don't know, I guess I just began to feel like he was the only thing between me and oblivion. I know it sounds pathetic. He was like my reality. I just felt, I mean, I truly believed that without Jim, I had no life, no future.
Your kids are your future. Your son and daughter that you cut yourself off from. Admit it, Brooke. You neglected your children.
I didn't think I was neglecting my children. But looking back, I realize I did. God knows how I let that happen. How could I love this man, making my own son feel like an outcast, an afterthought? You have a daughter, Trevor. You know as well as I do, children are truth tellers. Why didn't I listen to Jamie when he told me that he didn't trust Jim?